Okay, so connecting. Okay. Remember my name for future settings. Okay, join. Boom. Join with computer audio. Okay. How come I don't see video? You know what? Let me close the browser. Okay. That fixed the problem. Okay. For some reason, the audio. What's going on?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Okay. What do I do to start my? Where is the settings? There's got to be a video setting somewhere.
If you're on a Windows computer, I believe you can click Alt V, and it'll start and stop the video.
Alt V.
V as in vary.
Victor. Okay. Alt V. Okay. What happened? Alt V.
So do you see at the bottom of Zoom, you can click stop and start video?
It says record. Oh yeah, start video. Okay, I see it. Oh, that's this. Okay. There are two, because I launched the desktop, I'm trying to get out of it. Give me 1 second. Let me get out of this whole thing and then come back in again.
Okay, sounds good.
Leave. You're using computer audio. Okay, now there is only one instance of me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the video seems to be on, but how come I don't see myself?
Do you see next to stop video at the bottom, you can select a camera?
Okay. Oh, Lenovo EC camera. Okay, let me see if that works. Okay.
There we go. I can see you now.
Yes, yes. Check out my Fivestar t-shirt. Yes, sir.
It's awesome.
Right. We made it. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Perfect. I sent you the questions if you want to review them first.
Sure.
Or if you're good to go from the hip, we can start wherever. What I'm going to do is I'm going to record this video, and then I'll export it. Okay. And then on my own, I'll probably shoot my regular, like, hey, welcome to Thursday Training with Matt. This week we're going to be meeting with Raj. And then I'll do some stats about you. You actually have 50 sales. I just looked. And so I'll give a quick intro, and then we'll go. I'll have it like go into this interview, and then I'll end it. And then I'll do my own video where I pick a raffle winner this week and all of that. Does that sound good?
Beautiful. That sounds great. Yes, sir. I think it would be even greater if you had Veda in the video, because Veda is my friend. I'd like to see her in the video. Yes. Oh, she's there. Hello, Veda. Wake up, Veda. I think she's trying to get her morning nap. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. I'll make sure to include. I'll have Veda choose this week's winner.
Yeah, just say woof woof. That means something else.
Awesome. 1 second, because I also edited the promotion. We're going to do another promotion for a raffle ticket to the Apple Watch, but I actually messed up the question. So let me pull up Slack. I messaged Lily, and she's like, why'd you write it like that? So I did it wrong.
And the other thing about Slack, Matt, is that like sometimes after you comment, I get the notification like after 1 hour, like on the email side.
Really?
Yeah, like last night when we were talking about the time that we are going to have this meeting, you responded at like 9:45 or something, but I got the email at like 10:15.
Oh, wow. That's okay.
It's not immediate. For some reason, that's a delay.
Yeah, that is weird. I'm not quite sure about that.
That's okay. That's why I asked for your phone number, because then texting is a lot faster. We don't need to wait for 30 minutes for each person to respond.
Right, right. Cool. So what the question about the promotion is going to be is I'll ask, like, we're thinking about doing another promotion. Well, let me shut off my Slack so it doesn't start making noise. We're thinking about doing another promotion this month. Submit 5 leads by August 25th and get another raffle ticket in the Apple Watch raffle.
Sure.
What would you do to make sure you hit the promotion is what I'll ask you. And then I'll remind them, reminder that the Apple Watch raffle is set 4 more meetings this month to earn a raffle ticket to earn our Apple Watch.
Beautiful.
And currently we have 10 tickets in the hat right now. So submitting 5 leads could double your chances.
Beautiful.
So, great. So that'll be
with those kind of chances. Yes, sir.
Cool, cool. All right. Well, then let's just get into it. Cool. All right, local partners. Here's Raj. He's a gold local partner. He's been on the local partner for a long time. He is now a gold local partner, and he has 50 contracts under his belt with his sales rep, Lorraine Leonard. And so I just kind of want to introduce all of you to Raj. Raj, how did you hear about the local partner program originally?
See, through one of my friends who has a sandwich shop here in Yale Grove, he signed up for Fivestar's program almost 2 years ago. And when he did that, he contacted me and he said, hey, come check this out. Then he also gave me the contact information to the sales rep at that time. And then we talked, and then I became aware of the affiliate program, and boom, I just jumped in because it was just so complementary to everything else that I was doing at the time. So this seemed like a natural fit. So I just joined in, and boom, here we are. Yes, sir.
So you pair the local partner program with other sources of income that you do on the side?
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Because I'm into affiliate marketing, so that means social media marketing, which is Facebook marketing. And I also do SBA loans, insurance, and one of my partners, he's a client of mine, but he also is into merchant processing. So the Fivestar's program sits very well into the overall scheme of everything else that I do, because we are targeting restaurants at the end of the day. So if you're already spending some time making those connections, instead of just doing one sale, why not do a 5 or 6 sales? And just to give you guys an example, one of the contacts that I have in Yale Grove, we have done 25 deals in the last 2 years. 25 deals, and
wow.
Here's the beautiful thing. This is not that's not the cap. 25 deals is just in the last 2 years. See, we continue to do deals. We got like 2 deals going on right now. So when you make all those connections based on strong relationships, I'm a strong believer you can do hundreds of, possibly thousands of deals with one contact. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Before I continue, because I don't want to forget this, I want to give a big shout out to my partner Lorraine, because without Lorraine, this would have not been possible. Honestly, this would have not been possible at this scale. We'd still be closing deals, but we wouldn't be closing deals at the rate at which we are doing right now. So I do want to give credit to Lorraine before I forget about it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that actually goes into my next question of how do you and your sales rep manage your relationship? Like, do you meet weekly calls, go for coffee, or what do you and Lorraine do to make sure you guys are successful together?
Yeah, see, one thing about me and Lorraine is we keep the communication line open. So it's not just once a week or once a month. It's an ongoing thing. And what that really means is once I submit the leads, once she gets a meeting, Lorraine will text me right away saying, hey, I'm meeting this guy on Thursday, that guy on Friday afternoon. And when a deal closes, she'll text me right away, whether it's morning, evening, nighttime, it doesn't matter. So we keep the communication line open all the time. And similarly from my side, like if I submit a lead and I don't hear from her in 3 or 4 days, I know Lorene doesn't slack, like she's going to get on top of it. But the thing is, Lorene also gets a lot of leads, and I'm just one of the local partners. There are a couple of other local partners that she works with as well. So sometimes she's closing like 4 or 5 deals a day. But even in a situation like that, when I have a doubt, did she really call this person? Then I will just text her right away saying, "Hey, Lorene, what's going on with this particular lead?" So we keep the communication line open at all times. But recently we've also been meeting like once a month, just grabbing some breakfast, going through some stuff. Okay, this happened, that happened, comparing notes like that. And another good news on this stuff is, I think her boss Abe is getting involved in this as well, because I think people are starting to look at this as something that's actually working. So I've been meeting with Abe, and I've been talking to Abe as well. So this relationship is extremely strong at this point of time. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. So like all relationships, communication is the most important variable in that.
Yes, absolutely.
And to your point, you are getting noticed, right? Internally at the company, we're very excited about the local partner program, which is why we're investing so heavily in the local partner channel.
Thank you.
Because today, 1 in 6 contracts come from a local partner. And this is Jonathan and Lillian's idea that they had a couple of years ago. And Fivestar's internally were very excited about it because it's just great for us, right? Because we have people in the community helping us set appointments. So for business, it's great. But on the flip side, it matches our values. We're going back into the community. We're not investing on we could be doing a bunch of like Facebook marketing, and which we are, right? Google marketing, billboards, things like that. But we'd much rather give that marketing money back to the community and to our local partners. So that's awesome. Next question is, what are your strategies as a local partner? Like, what do you do when you're out in the field? Like what do you do as a local partner? Why are you successful?
Okay, to really answer that question, I think at the foundation of all these things is you got to believe in relationships. So when I'm approaching a sale, I'm not really looking at this from the point of view of how it benefits me. I'm also looking at this from the point of view of how it benefits the other person. And I think that makes a huge difference because prospects start to, when you approach like 10 of them, again, not all 10 of them are going to say, okay, we want to sign up with you, but 3 or 4 of them are going to see, oh, here's a strong partnership. And the way I approach them is a little different. Most salespeople would just walk into a restaurant, give them a brochure, and wait for a yes or no answer, and immediately go and knock on the door next door. See, I don't do that. I don't carry any brochures. As a matter of fact, I don't even carry any business cards. Which is very extreme. I've been told it's a little extreme, but still, I still believe in it, because when I do not carry any business cards, that means I'm not really pushing myself. Let's say you're a restaurant owner. When I come into your restaurant, I'll walk in like a regular customer. I'll order some food. I'll sit there and I'll eat. I'll take a bunch of pictures. I'll post a Yelp review. I'll post a picture on Facebook. So the idea behind all that is really to provide this person some value before I even approach him for a sale. So to really answer your question, I think this has really helped me, and this helps me stand apart from the other salespeople as well, because there have been times where in some of the deals, other 5-star reps have or local partners have approached this particular prospect, but the prospect still ends up signing up with me, because when they look at Raj, they don't see Raj, the salesperson, even though sales is a component, because I need to make money at the end of the day. They really look at this as Raj, it's a local partner, who's going to help us grow our business. See, once you set yourself in that particular position, then a lot of good things will happen. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. So you go into it looking to add value to them rather than to make a sale for yourself. And honestly, I've been in sales for a long time, starting out as a sales rep, then a sales manager. And yes, you can very much tell when a sales rep are pushing their agenda. They never close the deal. But if it's what's best for the business and they truly believe in it, it's a lot easier. So I'm glad you said that. Next question is, talk about your time as a new local partner. You know, like back when you were new, you had no idea what you were getting into. And what did you do to become successful? And then what do you do differently today than what you did back then? Like maybe we can help some of the local partners that are new and not go through the mistakes that a lot of new local partners go in. Maybe they can learn your like aha moment and understand, okay, I'm not going to do, you know, what most local partners when they're new do. I'm going to just start right here because Raj told me this was what made him like from unsuccessful to a super successful local partner.
Right. There are a couple of pieces there. You know, one big difference is you can call it divine intervention or you can call it luck. I don't care what term you assign to it. You know, see, there's a component of luck involved in this whole thing because Loreen was not the first rep that I started working with. You know, there was a different rep. So the chemistry I have with Loreen, the communication, the comfort level that I have with Loreen is very different from what I had with the previous rep. So if you really look at my production, you know, initially when I started, I was doing 1 or 2 deals a month. That's really what I was doing. Right now, we are doing somewhere between 5 to 10 deals a month. And it's because for a couple of reasons, and a strong component here is Loreen, you know, so I do want to give her the credit for that. The other thing is, initially when I started, you know, see, I did not, the first couple of sales, I really got lucky because I just had to ask the person, hey, would you be interested in a loyalty program? As simple as that. And the person said, yes, boom, we signed them up. You know, the first couple of deals came very easily. But then I had to work on my script. You know, I had to learn to say what to say, what at what time, you know, so. And again, that took practice. It did not happen just overnight. It just took practice. You know, I tried a couple of times. I looked at a few formats that actually worked. And then once I found a format that works, I just kept delivering again and again and again. And right now, you know, you can wake me up in the middle of the night and I can go straight into the script. You know, it's because it's basically built into my brain, at this wired into my brain right now. And the other big thing is the other big thing I'm doing right now, which I did not do before, is I'm also building those power partners, you know, which are the merchant sales reps, which are the commercial real estate agents. So the good news is that field is slowly growing. You know, I did not get all these deals on like day number 1 because a lot of times people say, what is Fivestar? How much does it cost? What is this? What is that? See, people are skeptical, but because I talk to so many people, you know, if I talk to 10 people, one person like Bob, you know, I found Bob like 2 years ago. But the good news on Bob is trainable. You know, Bob is willing to listen. As a matter of fact, his own merchant processing system has a loyalty program. But then I asked him, can you make money out of it? He said, no, we don't get paid. Boom, we got a deal, you know. So it took the trial and error to find all those power partners. But right now, the good news is that power partners field is slowly expanding. So I'm starting to get some referrals from those from that network. So that basically constitutes close to 25% of my production at this point. And I'm very optimistic I can grow that field even more, because if it works for 3 guys, you know, we can very easily expand that to 10 guys. So that's going to slowly happen over a period of time. Yes, sir.
Awesome. So it sounds like initially the relationship between the sales rep and you, and then secondly, you just got to go out and hustle and just practice.
Correct.
Because at the beginning, absolutely. Yeah, the beginning, the script is going to be shaky and you're going to have bad conversations, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. And once you're good, then it's just second nature. So that's awesome. And I tell that to salespeople all the time. Your first dial is the hardest. And your second dial is going to suck too, but you're going to be a little better than the first one. And if you keep going, just imagine how good you are at dial 100 or 300 and 900. So that's great. Next question is, what is the most important tip a new local partner could have to be sure they start off successful?
See, I think the first piece is to have faith in this whole process. You know, you need to believe this product works. You need to believe that you will be able to close a few deals. You know, so it really starts with yourself. You need to build up your own personal confidence. You need to build up your personal faith, and you know, talk to a few people who are already using Fivestars, because that was I mean, you can call it luck or whatever you may want to call it, but the person who actually introduced me to Fivestars, you know, he actually like as sales reps, we just close deals and we don't know what's going on after. But in his case, he actually owns a restaurant. So I get to talk to him every 2 or 3 months, and the guy is still using the program after 2 years. So people are not going to be paying the monthly fee if it's not bringing in that revenue. So that gives me the confidence when I walk into a brand new prospect. I believe at the end of the day, this product is going to help these people. And the other good news is, because I've worked on my own strategy, it just takes me, like 5 minutes to open up this entire deal. See, I spend more time on building that relationship than on closing the Fivestar's uh, uh, transaction part of it. The actual transaction part of it just takes 5 minutes. And once I get the cell phone number, and the good news on Lorraine is, sometimes I think it's just one deal. But Lorraine would go in and she'll find out the same guy also owns like 3 or 4 other locations, and boom, boom, boom. I ended up closing like 4 deals with one shot. And it's crazy. And a lot of people will have a hard time believing this, but literally it took me just 5 minutes to open up this deal, which turned out to like $2,800. And you add all the bonuses, that's even more. So it's like it could end up being more than $3,000 for 5 minutes of your time. So I do not know of a whole lot of other businesses where you can make that kind of money investing that kind of time. Yes, sir.
That's funny you say that, because that's what I always say is, if we pay $300 for a 30-minute meeting, I have never had a job where I'm making $600 an hour. And this is a real opportunity that for very minimal input, the payout is so high. So I'm glad you shared that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Cool. Next is, we're thinking about doing a promotion. And what the promotion is to submit 5 leads by August 25 and get another raffle ticket in the Apple Watch raffle this month. And so a reminder of the Apple Watch raffle is set 4 more meetings this month and earn a raffle ticket for an Apple Watch. And currently we have 10 tickets in the raffle right now. So submitting 5 leads to get another ticket in there literally doubles your chances. What would you do to be sure you hit that promotion to get 5 leads in by the 25th, where it's the 16th today, so 9 days from now?
Okay, the way to do that is, is to basically work backwards. Give me 1 second, Matt. I think somebody is trying to call me. Let me see if I can just close that. Okay. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. Yes. So here's the deal. Here are my numbers. Again, other people might have a different number, but in my case, if I go out to prospect and I talk to like 3 people, maybe I'll get cell phone numbers from one of them. So that's 1 lead. So what ends up happening is, again, if I enter like 3 leads, on an average, Lorraine would close 1. I'm saying on an average. Sometimes she'll close all 3, but that's an extreme, So we need to work backwards. So if you're looking for 3 deals, you need to go back, talk to at least 9 people. So that's really the, I was having a conversation with one of my power partners the other day, where he was asking me, what do I do to get more deals? I said, with Fivestars, the only way you cannot get a deal if you're not talking to enough people. See, you got to be out there on the community, talking to restaurants, salons. I don't care what industry you pick, so long as it's an industry that works with Fivestars. But that being said, once you pick that industry, you need to hustle, like you said. You need to be out there meeting people. See, nobody's going to call you and say, hey, we'd like to give you $500. That's not the way it works.
Yeah.
You need to have a clear strategy. You need to go out, you need to talk to 5 or 10 people. So if you want to do 100 deals, just work backwards. That means you really need to talk to almost 500 people before that's going to happen. Yes, sir.
Exactly. And I explained about that in the Law of Numbers video a couple weeks ago. And I believe it was every 6 leads submitted equals 1 contract. So you can't go out there and talk to 1 business owner and expect to get a sale. And it sounds like from you would just kind of make sure to go out and talk to more people. And
That's
so
right.
you get 5 leads in, you might have to talk to 30 business owners if 1 of 3 conversations turns into a referral. So exactly. And in 9 days, 30 conversations, that's only 3 conversations a day, right? So it's definitely attainable to add another raffle ticket. Awesome. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, or any last comments on really anything? I'll kind of open the floor to you. Anything I didn't ask you that you think local partners should know?
This is about it. See, this is, it's really about having a consistent strategy and, executing. See, I think, again, I see this within my own team. The difference between a successful person and a not so successful person is really when it comes down to execution. So you come up with the strategy and then you just execute, and nothing. I mean, you can have all the technology is great. As a matter of fact, we are recording this for, a Zoom or whatever the technology is, which is great, but nothing ever beats the face-to-face interaction. So do not ever underestimate the personal relationships. So you got to be meeting people, you got to be talking to people, and you got to be building relationships. See, another big mistake I see a lot of salespeople do is they close the deal and then they are done. They move on to something else. So the merchant never hears back from them. See, when you do things like that, you basically opened up the door for somebody else walking in and just grabbing the deal.
Yeah.
So you got to be thankful. You got to be grateful for somebody because they did a deal with you, but then you also reciprocate. You need to go back. When they have a grand opening, they have a birthday party. I don't know what, like when they have something, all my customers, everybody that I've done a deal with in the last 10 years, they can always expect me to show up if they have something important. I mean, I cannot meet them every day, but when there is something important going on, believe me, I will make time for them. It's really that simple. So you got to build that relationship on very solid ground. And if you do that, it's a lot of hard work, don't get me wrong, but then the payoffs are tremendous as well. And for me, the big difference is it gives me freedom. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm at home. I'm not under any pressure to go anywhere if I don't want to. I mean, I start working when I feel like it. So it's the freedom that comes with it, which is even more important than the money portion, which is also good. And it also gives me the opportunity to travel. Later today, I'm going to be in Stockton. Next week, I'm probably going to be in the Bay Area, so I'm going to be working maybe 30% of the time, but I'm also going to be doing a lot of personal stuff for the other 60%. I'm going to be going to to the fun places like the beach and that kind of stuff. So it's really that lifestyle aspect of it. See, if you feel very strongly about it, and if that is something that you want to get involved in, then you want to put in the effort, the right kind of effort, and you have to take it seriously. I mean, it's not going to happen by accident. It's something that you have to have a clear purpose, and then you work on it. And hopefully day by day you'll get better. Like in my case, my scripting today is not the same it was 2 years ago, but that's all because of practice. You do this again and again and again, hundreds of times till it actually gets wired to your brain. So that's all it is. So the best advice I can give to people is it's just to get started, and then and then ask questions. Like if you get stuck somewhere, approach somebody who has done it before and just ask them, hey, like Desmond contacted me, like I would say like 3 months ago, and he said, oh, I'm getting stuck with this. Then people are going to help you.
Yeah.
But you need to make that effort. People are not going to call you and say, hey, Desmond, you're going to do that. You need to take that effort to try it. And if you hit the wall, then you go and talk to somebody who has done this before and ask them, hey, this is my like a mentor. You need a mentor. So I hit the wall. What do I do now? So then people are going to help you. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. I didn't plan on this question, but you brought it up a couple times about your script. What do you say? What do you say to these business owners?
Okay. My script is just so simple. When I actually get to the transactional aspect of it, this will really blow your mind. You want to hear it?
Yeah, please share it.
Okay, like let's say you're a restaurant owner and I've already established a good rapport with you. We had talked about a bunch of stuff, how great your restaurant is. Then I say, hey, Matt, by the way, do you know about 5-star rewards?
No, I never heard of it.
Oh, okay. Check this out. It's a great app. A friend of mine uses it and he gets thousands of new customers a month. Sorry, I just screwed up. Okay. He gets the thousands of customers a month. So check this out. So I'll take out my phone. I launch the app. So I'll also tell him, look, see, they got this great feature where you can see all the other businesses that have signed up with 5-star rewards within a 10-mile radius. Check this out. These are all people in your neighborhood who have already signed up who are using it, right? So then they'll start seeing Roundtable, all these big names, and then they'll say, wow, how do I get more information about this? At this point of time, I tell them, that's a great question, but you know what? The best person to answer that question would be Lorene, my friend Lorene, who works for Fivestar Reward. So what's a good time that she can call you?
How about tomorrow at 2 p.m. after our lunch rush?
Whatever they say, I just take their input and come back and type it into the portal. I tell them, oh, here's a guy who'd like to talk to you at 2 o'clock tomorrow or in the morning, or sometimes they say, call me after 6 o'clock. Whatever they say, I just plug it right into the portal and boom. And then Lorene just takes over from there. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, perfect. That's really helpful, and I'm sure it's going to be helpful for a lot of new local partners as well as seasoned local partners. But I don't want to take up much more of your time, but really thank you for doing the interview with me. And, local partners, comment on the video. What is questions we didn't ask? I know I can call Raj again and do part 2. But otherwise, have a great Thursday, and thanks a lot for just meeting with me.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you for the opportunity. And I look forward to working with you guys for a very long time. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, have a great day, Raj.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Perfect. That's the recording. I'm going to end the recording now, and I appreciate it. It helps a lot. And really, I think what the big thing is we're signing a ton of local partners.
Yes.
But only some of them are successful, and that's like my whole job. Obviously, because I'm making all these videos. Is if we can get them paid right away, then they're going to go, holy shit, this is a real thing, So I'm trying to collapse that ramp up time. But thanks again, and let me know if you need anything from me or anybody on the partner team.
I'll be happy to do that. And, the only comment I'd make on that, Matt, is that I think, at least from the comments that I've seen on the channel, it looks like a lot of people are looking at this as a part-time gig, So it's something like I saw some comments saying, I'll be on vacation till next week, but then as soon as I come back, I'll try this, I'll try that. See, people need to get serious about this stuff, to make this kind of money, you're not going to make a full-time income with part-time mentality,
Yeah, you're right.
Nobody's going to make money out of the restaurant business if they did not actually go out and sign a 5-year lease. See, that's the commitment involved. Similarly, in this particular business, this is a great business. Externally, it looks like it's zero risk, right? It doesn't cost any money to get into this business, but the commitment that it takes is your time. You need to commit. I don't care whether you commit 10 hours or 20 hours or 30 hours, but you got to make that commitment. And starting with next week, if you said 10 hours, you need to put in those 10 hours. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Tangible benefits. Yes, sir.
I love that quote. You're not going to make a full-time money on part-time mentality. That's great. I might actually grab that and make a commercial out of
it. Please feel free to do that. Yes, sir. So it was a pleasure talking to Matt, and I look forward to seeing you and Veda for a very long time. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Likewise. All right. Well, have a great Thursday.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.